Reading this story here, this is how you know there are no adults in charge. I mean, you probably already knew that because of 1,000 other things, but this is just such a great example of it. So this is in Reuters. They say, Elon Musk's Neuralink says it has FDA approval for study of brain implants in humans. Elon Musk's brain implant company Neuralink on Thursday said the U.S. Food and Drug Administration had given the green light to its first in-human clinical trials, a critical milestone after earlier struggles to gain approval. The FDA nod represents an important first step that will one day allow our technology to help many people, Neuralink said in a tweet. It did not elaborate on the aims of the study, saying only that it was not recruiting yet and more details would be available soon. Neuralink and the FDA did not immediately respond to Reuters' request for comment. Musk envisions brain implants that could cure a range of conditions, including obesity, autism, depression, and schizophrenia, as well as enabling web browsing and telepathy. Do we really want that? Do you really want a chip in your brain that could access the internet, which means if there's a way to access the internet, there's also a way for other people to get into your brain? I don't know, man. That seems like a bad idea. That seems like a really bad idea. Do you really want a brain chip to attack an obesity problem when, there's diet and exercise, of course, but that's granted, that's difficult for a lot of people, and there's genetic factors as well that play into that. But you also have the gastric bypass surgery. You also have now this new pill, which helps people lose weight. You just take a pill and, you lose weight and you can feel like you're eating like normal, but you just don't have as big of an appetite. Do you really want a brain chip in? He made headlines late last year when he said he was so confident in the device's safety that he would be willing to implant them in his children. On at least 4 occasions since 2019, Musk predicted Neuralink would begin human trials, but the company only sought FDA approval in early 2022, and the agency rejected the application, 7 current and former employees told Reuters in March. What's so amazing to me is Elon Musk is one of these guys who acts like, I care about freedom, I care about liberty. But then at the same time, this is the anti-freedom, anti-liberty sort of weird sci-fi futuristic techno-authoritarianism that should scare the shit out of people. Right? Like, shouldn't this scare the shit out of you to put a chip in your brain? That seems like it's a colossal invasion of privacy. Even if you think, yeah, there are reasons why I'd want this thing. It's like, do you really? I don't think you thought this through enough, man. Do you want, companies to have access to directly what's going on in your brain? Do you want the government to have access to directly what's going on in your brain? It just seems like such a ill thought out, bad idea. Seems like a massive intrusion on personal space, quite literally in your own head. But the reason why this is so crazy is the following. You guys remember this. Elon Musk's Neuralink killed 1,000 plus animals during rushed brain chip experiments. This is according to an investigation. So, they go on to explain they did it with a whole bunch of different animals, and some they didn't pay very close attention, and so they put the wrong size chips in certain animals, and those animals died, and they killed a whole bunch of monkeys in the process of doing this, which, by the way, I think that's a weird ethical ground to navigate because monkeys are pretty intelligent and they're closest to us of all these things, and they're just casually experimenting on them in a way where these monkeys died. But they killed 1,000 plus animals, and apparently the FDA is like, oh yeah, you're good for human trials. Shouldn't they have to show better results in their animal trials before you get to a human trial? I mean, it just seems like such a bad idea. It seems like Elon Musk is still coasting off of his PR reputation as opposed to the reality of Elon Musk. This is a guy who said, I'm going to get you on Mars in 10 years. And this was 12 years ago. We're not remotely close to it. But he said 12 years ago that in 10 years, I'll get you on Mars. How'd that work out? What about the other 47 projects that he promised and then didn't deliver on? Overpromise, underdeliver, just move on. This is his MO. There was a story that just came out the other day. Twitter, he said, I'm going to be the savior of Twitter and all this stuff. Apparently, the company's worth 33% what it was worth when he bought it. Hey, how's that going? How's that strong Elon Musk leadership going for you? I mean, it's almost like, again, he's coasting off of the good PR that he had for himself going back for decades now. This idea he's the mega genius, he's working out all these huge problems that the country's facing, and it's like, does this look like he's the guy for the job? Does this look like he really knows what he's doing? Or does this look like a guy who is phenomenal at PR, phenomenal at marketing, built up a name for himself, but constantly underdelivers and then just sort of papers over his own failures? I don't want a brain chip in me, even if it was made by the best, most ethical company ever, but I certainly wouldn't want an Elon Musk company brain chip in me. I mean, that's... So anyway, I can't imagine people signing up for this, but you know what? He's got enough stands who would sign up for it. There's enough people who've overlooked every negative thing about Elon, every negative story, every questionable thing, and there's like, I just love the guy. I'll do it. All right. Well, good luck to you guys, because it could get ugly based on everything we've seen. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.